Because of this reason, some friends and classmates were really worried for me. Some were even mocking me to my face. I'm like, oh, sorry, oh.
Oh, baby, I'm feeling good, baby. Don't know if you feel it too, baby.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sadia Sharon. Um, the main reason of creating this channel is to inspire someone out there through real life stories. So, on this channel, we're going to be sharing real life relatable stories. Right, so for today's story, it's I'll title it um, The Devil You Thought You Know Became an Angel. So this is what happened. Um, Back then, when it was time for us to be um, shared into groups, when it was project time, final year, you write your project, when it was time for us to be shared into groups. So at first, I was shared, I was under a lecturer. So this lecturer, let me give you a brief story about this lecturer. So this lecturer is a kind of lecturer that you can approachable kind of lecturer. You can approach and he can turn a back of anything to the front of anything to the back, so long you have your money. So everyone wanted this kind of lecturer that you can easily approach. Your money can sort out anything for you. It can do anything for you. It's final year. It's that time where um people go out of their way to settle lecturers, if I can call it that, settle lecturer, so that things can be flipped to the advantage. If you had no hope of graduating before, your project supervisor is that key channel for you to graduate. So I got this lecturer that was, like I said before, was approachable, and I was so happy because, and meanwhile, from the beginning of my 100 level till this um, point, I have never, I've never had any reason to meet any lecturer to say and take this money. I didn't even have it. Take this money to help me turn F to A or E to B. It wasn't. I've never done it. So at least I was happy. At least this is a time where, according to the norm, this is a time where lecturers will sit and wait for you at the exit door to say, okay, you've never done this before, but this time you will do it, whether you like it or not. So I was so happy that I got this lecturer that was approachable and could turn F to a B. And then all of a sudden, we got a news that they've rescheduled the whole project supervisor and student thing. So when we got the news, we were asked to go back to the exam board. That there's a board in the department where you go. It wasn't anything to do with digital where you go online to check anything. No, you go on the board and then trace your name to check your project supervisor. Lo and behold, I went, checked my name, and the project supervisor that was assigned to me was this one, opposite of the first one I got. This one wasn't approachable. You cannot tell him you want to use your money to turn F to A or. And then I said to myself, maybe this is a time where village people will say, now you can't escape this one. So meanwhile, prior to this time, I had an issue with my GST results. My GST, 100 level GST, I can't remember the GST 10 what, but it's 100 level GST. And this was a mandatory course. Without this, you can't graduate. It wasn't an elective. So I had issues with it was missing. Yeah, I saw the results in my 100 level, but when we got to that point, I think 300 level finals, when we get to that point where they'll paste all your results again so you can see the ones you have, and then if you have any problem with any missing result, that's what it was called, missing result and anything, you can now go start rectifying and go start meeting lecturers to help you look for them. Whereas I have seen them, I knew exactly what I got in that GST. So now I had that problem. And I thought to myself, with this man, how do I even start with getting my missing GST results? Doing this project again with this kind of strict man. He was a reverend, he was strict, he wasn't approachable. He comes to the class, does his lecturing, whatever, delivers his lecture, and leave. So on this fateful day, I I had two appointments at the department. Like there's the the department where the lecturer stay, like the office department. So I had two appointments. One was to go meet my course advisor to explain to him that this GST result, I saw it before, but now when they posted it on paste, that's what they call it. When they pasted it or posted it on the board, it wasn't there again. And also to see and introduce myself to my project supervisor for the first time. So the first thing I did was to go meet my course advisor to tell him, um to explain to him about my, but he drove me out. Yeah. Back then I wasn't even among the happening girls or people were that had good rapport with lecturers. No, I wasn't like that. So he drove me out. He wasn't willing to listen to me. So with that gesture on my countenance wasn't good. Plus, I was going to meet a very strict lecturer, a non-approachable lecturer for my project. I had this frown on my face, and I went into the office of my supposed project supervisor for the first time. And then I introduced myself. So the first thing he asked was, "Why are you like this? Why are you coming to see someone on in the first time and you're looking this way, this sad?" So I explained to him that I had issues with my GST, my 100 level. That was 3 years ago because I couldn't find it. It wasn't on the whatever that was pasted. So my course advisor that told me he was busy, he couldn't look for anything, I should go. He wasn't even ready to see me or talk to me, whatever. This my project supervisor that I thought was going to be the devil wrote me a letter, just a short note, and said, "Mr. So, please sort out this girl's issue," and signed underneath just a little piece of paper and said, "Take, go and give it to that lecturer." That was how I held on to that paper with my tiny self. I went um into the course advisor's office, and that was his job, to sort out everybody's result and make sure everybody's what's it called was fine. But he drove me out. So I went in with this my small notes that was given to me by that lecturer. He's a senior lecturer, an elderly man. I went into the office to meet this my course advisor and said, Sir, Mr. So gave me this letter, this short note, and asked me to give it to you because of my um course missing GST result." Immediately he saw it. He said, "Don't worry, come to my office the next day. I'm going to sort it out." He didn't even say come to my office. He said, "Don't worry, it will be sorted out in your file." That was how my missing GST result from 100 level got sorted. And then with my project supervisor, guess what? While other people were still struggling for their lecture, for them to even see their lecturer, for him to approve their project topic, mine was the most accessible. I could go into his office. He doesn't shut his door. It's always opened. Maybe that was his principle. He doesn't shut his door, always open. He got my project topic approved once, the first time it was approved. And guess what? The shocker of it all was that he attended the same school with my dad. So along the line, while we go talking, along the line, while we got talking, I realized that. So he asked me some questions. And then I realized that it was my dad's classmate way back from secondary school. And that was how my project, my missing GST result got sorted out. Although I sat for this project, I wrote it, I did it the way it was supposed to be done. I didn't use money to sort out anything. Nothing was sorted through with money. No, he didn't. He wasn't into that. You can't even tell him such thing. Everything was sorted out, and thankfully, it all went well, and I graduated. So that's to say, sometimes those people you think are bad or kind of like not friendly, not approachable. And people will tell you, oh, beware of this person. This person is not friendly. This person doesn't take nonsense. This person is not approachable. Be careful. Those are the people that God might use to help you in your time of need. Those are the people that God might use to help you solve one or two problems. Yeah. So if you have in any way been inspired with this story, please like this video, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. Until next time, I remain Sadia Sharon Inspire. Bye. Bye.